Good evening and welcome back to Knowledge Corner. I wanted to get on tonight, and first I want to thank everyone that has subscribed to the channel, has shared the videos, or liked or commented on the videos. I want to thank you all. And it's been this experience has been very good for me. I've been wanting to do this for some time, and just the viewers, the amount of viewing hours that I've gotten for the content that I've put out is really encouraging to me. I know that as I go along and learn more, things will get better. Just trying to focus on getting positive, good content out that can be used by the viewers. That being said, this evening we're going to talk about cover letters and resumes and the importance of them. First, we're going to talk about cover letters, and basically, what a cover letter is a one-page document that it can be used to introduce yourself to the hiring manager as they're reviewing applicants for whatever position. The cover letter is used to explain to personalize yourself to the hiring team or individual that's handling the applications. Um, in the cover letter, I would say that there are at least five components that should be addressed in that cover letter. A good cover letter can be the first step to getting your application viewed, or to even get you called back for an interview. So if you have these five steps, if you have these five steps that I'm going to talk about tonight in your cover letter, you have a really good shot of getting to the next level in the application process. First off, you want to start out by having a header, and the header is your contact information. That'll be your name, address, email, and telephone number. After the header, you'll have like a opening or greeting to the hiring manager, where you're basically introducing yourself to them. And once you do that, you'll have like the opening paragraph, which in that opening paragraph, you want to get the reader's attention by naming two to three things that you've achieved thus far. And those two to three things should be ideally would relate to the position that you're applying for. So to put that in perspective, if you are applying for a forklift position, you would want to one of your achievements could be a forklift certification, or a serve safe certification, or something to that nature that would help you stand out amongst other applicants. So once you write those two to three things, you want to go on to the second paragraph, and you want to explain why you're the perfect candidate for the job that you are applying for. You want to use, I would say, descriptive words, adjectives that will best describe you. Words like dependable, reliable, um, um, can work independently. Things of that nature that can help you again stand apart from other applicants. Once you do this, once you complete this paragraph, you want to move on to the third paragraph, where you want to say why you're a good match for the company. In that regard, you would have to probably research the company a little bit to see what they do, and to see what you bring to the table, and how it all can fit together to work, to make the company better, and to work to attract the hiring manager. Um, it's all about the wording. A lot of times, if you get together a good cover letter, it can help you be noticed by the hiring manager, and that's important. The cover letter is not to take the place of your resume or your application. As I said, it is just going to be used to to uh, to introduce yourself to the hiring manager. It's used as a tool to kind of personalize yourself to the hiring manager. Um, Once you complete the third paragraph, then you're going to want to round it out with like a formal closing. You can start it out by saying, in closing, and reiterate all the accolades that you've received, all the education that you've received that can help you in the position that you're trying to apply for. Like I said, a good cover letter can open the door for you, but a poorly written cover letter can close that door just as quick. So if you need help with those, there are services around that will that will help you. I know that here in Savannah, the city of Savannah has the library for one has a whole section and personnel that will assist with any type of writing. If you need assistance writing papers, they will assist in that. So where there's a will, there's a way, and if you need get a second set of eyes on it to ensure punctuation and everything is spelling and everything is adhered to properly. Uh, this this is a part of the career process. Being able to write a good cover letter, along with having a good decent resume. The resume itself is giving the employer an opportunity to see what you've done, how you qualify for the position that you're applying for. So you want to have an accurate, consistent resume. You want to be able to explain any gaps that may be in the resume. So it's important that before you get into writing a resume, you kind of do an outline. You do an outline for the times that you've been working, how you've been working. If you see any gaps, then you be ready to explain them, because a good hiring manager, hiring team, human resource office is going to notice that, and they could possibly ask you about any gaps that you may have. What were the cause for the gaps, or something like that. So with the resume format, you're going to start out with, again, your contact information. It'll be your name, email address, your address, phone number, in the header there. And then you want to, after the contact information is done, you want your objective, the reason that you're doing this resume or completing this resume is to gain a position as a parole officer, or whatever position you're trying to gain. Once you do that, you want to list your relevant work experience. And if it's a beginner resume, then you're just going to list off your work experience chronologically. When you became employed, when that employment ended, and then you go down. I normally start from my recent position and down to I don't go back any further now than about 5 to 8 years. I've been in my current position more than 10 years now, so but as standard practice, I wouldn't go back any more than 10 years. Because in that time frame, you should be able to demonstrate your abilities within a 10-year time frame. Once you do that, once you list all relevant work experience, then you can go into listing your educational experience. Um, that's very important. You want to have the correct dates. You want to make sure that that your listings are clear. If you were in school, if you're completing, if you've completed your degree or you've completed whatever certification you were trying to do, you want to have those dates listed from beginning, the date you began to the date that you ended. That's important. You want the resume to read fluidly. You want to be able to explain any gaps that may come along, any gaps in in the resume, and that can be equally explained. You don't want to have this one here and this. You want the dates to kind of look like they're going right into with each other. Okay, and so once you add your education and you get that completed, then you want to go down to list all relevant skills. Like you can stay in the form of if it is a forklift driver, then you can also say that you've done worked in that's warehouse work. So you've worked in a warehouse. Anything else, whether you've done different types of forklifts. I'm not sure the many different types of forklifts, but list those off. If there's a very different variation of forklifts, how they're used, and any certifications that you may have for that, you go ahead and you list that. Just boost yourself, push yourself as much as possible, so to get you noticed by these, because all they have is the paper in front of them to describe you. Also, on the resume, you could possibly list references. Some resumes have to. If you are listing references, be sure to let those references know that you're going to be using them in their resume, or even if you're listing them on the applications, let them know that you're going to list them. If you're giving an email address, have them know that, hey, I listed your email address, because sometimes emails go to spam and you want them to be able to respond. It looks good upon you when your reference contacts back, if a message is left or if an email is left for them. It looks good upon you, because this person, they're showing the hiring team that this person is interested in you getting to this job. They think enough of you to reply. So that's important too. You want to make sure that you're getting people that's gonna tell their truth about you, and it cares about what other people that have the determining that can determine your working future. They care about that. So choose individuals that are going to look out for you in the right way in that. And also be sure to let the individuals know that you're putting them down, because especially if you're not in contact with them, if you haven't seen them in a couple of years, don't just put their name down and think they're going to remember you, because they may not. So that's just not the proper way to do things anyway. If you're going to use somebody's name for you, then you need to ensure that, for one, it's okay, and just let them know, hey, I really want this job. I want to use you as a reference for those times that we worked together at such and such and such. And it shouldn't be a problem, but you want to be forthcoming, and you want to be as transparent as possible in that regard. Is this, like I said, especially going into the workforce initially, and the way things are online now, for the most part, your resume or cover letter is how a hiring team is gonna notice you, unless it's a situation where you know someone and they're gonna just pull your name forward and call you for an interview. That's a totally different situation. But if you don't have that, then what is in your cover letter or resume could be the determining factor on whether you get employed with this company or not. So it's important. You want your information to be as accurate as possible, but you want it to be is it's very good, and it shows you in the positive light. So there, like I was saying earlier, there are many services here. There are many services in Chatham County that will assist you. I know for a fact the library here in Chatham County will assist you with resume and cover letter writing. I'm not, the hours you would have to make a call and make an appointment, but there are different services. If you're in school, you have an English teacher or any teacher, professional environment. They'll assist you with that type of stuff. For colleges, they have entire departments uh, uh, dedicated to resume writing and cover letters and the importance of it and what to put in and what to take out and how to pretty it up and everything. Tonight I just gave you guys a basic need, what needs to be in there for sure, and to give you an idea. I wrote my first resume, I think, in probably 11th, 12th grade, and I did it as a class assignment. And at that time, I just been working maybe a couple of years at a part-time job. So, but there was a resume. It was probably half a page at that time. And at that time, cover letters weren't very popular or wasn't the thing to do. The resume was the most important thing. Cover letters came later for me in my chosen career. So, but resumes are important because, like I said, they are the first thing that the hiring team will see, and there are resources out there. You have to search for them. In this environment, you have to be a go-getter. You have to search for the services that you need, and a lot of that resources, depending upon where you are, is available to you within your city limits, within your county limits. If you're in a school environment, I know for a fact the high schools, you can there's someone that can help you with that. In the college environment, you can they like I said, they dedicate entire departments to this topic. So you have to show the initiative, the interest to help create a good resume for yourself, and just move forward from there. And that's pretty much it on the resume cover letter topic. But tonight I wanted to talk about the Savannah State Tigers, Savannah State University. I am a double Tiger. Got my undergraduate degree in behavior analysis and a graduate degree in urban studies and planning. And I worked at Savannah State for 8 years, and it was a wonderful place to me. I have no regrets there. I was in a different stage in my life. Not my first professional job, but it was a job that I really settled myself down in, and was able to focus on completing my education because I was a non-traditional student pursuing my college degrees. And I was able to achieve them while working there at Savannah State. It's a small college, but it's a great learning environment. It was a great learning environment for me. Like I said in previous videos, your college education is going to be what you make of it. So you have to be the aggressor in the situation. And everything I needed, once I sought it out, was there on the campus at Savannah State. Everything I needed to succeed was there. I won't say that there were difficulties in certain areas, but it wasn't enough to deter me from getting my education, because it's what I wanted to do. And that, so when anybody tries to come and say anything to me about Savannah State, I tell them, you know, your education is yours. You have to go get it. And if you do that and have that type of attitude about your education, no one will stop you. I don't care where you are. So, and the 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 services that were needed were there. The services that any student needs will be there for you. You just have to seek it out. Everything is not going to be handed to you. So my 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 time at Savannah State, I greatly appreciated everything and everyone that I met. I I came out a better person on the other end of that than I when I started there working and attending school. So I, I I would definitely suggest Savannah State for anyone that is a non-traditional side. I would do that, and even going straight from high school into college. I think it's a small environment that has a lot to offer a child that can be easily distracted. I think it would be it's the perfect place for you to find your niche and to mature from that 18-year-old to the 21, 22-year-old area. Like I said, at the time in my life, I was older, non-traditional student, and it was a good place for me to restart my education process. So no regrets, but I would suggest Savannah State University for anyone that is pursuing their higher education. It's a good school, a great environment, and your education is what you make of it. And I was able to take the bull by the horns and complete my education after many years of losing focus and having to stop and start for whatever reasons, probably my own fault, but I am reaping the benefits of my education at Savannah State, and like I said, I have no regrets. But thank you, and go Tigers.